Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of IFB. I am Matt from Matt Likes Movies.
I'm Reagan from. Yeah, that's me.
Reagan from Yeah. And as you notice, guys, there is not a third voice today, and that is because.
He's got a birthday party to go to.
Yes, he had a birthday party to go to, and
He's got more
unfortunately
important
could
things.
not. Yes, there's more important things in the podcast. Not for long. Anyway, yeah, he'll be back next week. Hopefully we can guarantee that he'll be back next week. Yeah, this episode is just us two from Timberline. So, yeah. All right. What are we going to talk about today?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. We're going to start out. Okay.
Okay.
Here is the schedule for what we're going to be talking about today. All right. We're going to start off with film trailers as a whole, which ones we like, which ones we dislike, some certain recent ones. And then after that, we're going to be talking about reviewing sites and the good and the bad ones and if they're good or not. And then at the end, we'll have our Q&A session. All right. So that's our schedule, Reagan. Let's start off with film trailers. Which ones do we like? Which ones do we dislike?
All right. Well, I think so. Like film trailers, like the reason of releasing a trailer is to get hype, for different movies coming out, like what Endgame and Infinity War did, because they really hyped up their movie with those trailers. But then, some kind of miss their shot. It's kind of like a hit or miss with a trailer. It's either really good, really bad. So, the first Joker trailer could have been better. It could have been better, but then the second one, it just boom.
Yeah,
so good.
Film trailers to me, though, they're. It's very difficult because, on the one hand, the only reason that they're there is obviously to get people to see their movies so they can make money, or else they really wouldn't have another way, besides a film trailer to get everybody excited to see what the movie's about. But I think that a good film trailer should not reveal too much of what the plot is about or any character choices. It should just reveal the tone of the movie you're about to see and the type of movie you're about to see. But I don't think it should really give away what's gonna happen or even the general plot at all.
Yeah, I know. That's what in the in-game trailers.
Exactly.
Same with Infinity War. You could not predict what would happen. Especially in in-game, everyone's trying to come up with predictions, and I don't think I ever read one prediction that was right.
Yeah, me too.
Just, they gave you so little to work with, what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
And then when it happens, it's I didn't expect this.
Yeah, those are some examples of some good trailers. It totally established the film, and then it didn't really tell you anything about the story. And I like those trailers a lot. Infinity War trailer 1 is my favorite trailer of all time. It's great. It's the only one that I actually revisit every few months and just watch the trailer alone. And it's wow, this is fantastic.
Yeah. What about what trailer don't you like? What's your least favorite trailer?
Oh god. Well, my least favorite trailer is a trailer to my least favorite movie, Ghostbusters 2016. Do you remember when that trailer came out? Do you remember that?
I don't even remember the trailer. That's how forgettable it was.
Oh, the trailer was infamous. No, it wasn't even forgettable. It was a huge meme. It's one of the most disliked videos on all of YouTube. That's actually true. And
really?
Everyone, there's so many memes about how it was just one of the most awful trailers in history. It was just so unfunny and so bland and so just cringe. Yeah, that's an example of a poorly done trailer when they just kind of ruin the desired goal of the director for money and stuff. The movie Blade Runner 2049. The director said that it was supposed to be a surprise when Harrison Ford's character, the original Blade Runner, when he is in the movie, that was supposed to be a complete surprise.
And then they showed it in the trailer.
Exactly, and he was in his face was just right on the poster because Sony wanted money for the movie, so they're we got to put Harrison Ford in here so that people are going to see it. But if you watch the scene where he's introduced, it's shot where it's only showing his feet, and then you can hear his voice, and the camera slowly goes up. It's supposed to be this huge reveal, but then it obviously was just completely ruined because everyone knew that he was in the movie, and that's not good. I don't think. And Blade Runner 2049 is a fantastic film, but I just don't think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, that I didn't know that. I didn't know it was supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah, it was.
Because they totally ruined something there then. Because
I
that would have
know.
been huge.
It would have been so freaking sick.
People would have been going crazy.
Exactly.
Missed opportunity.
It's a bad example of how to do a trailer. Yeah, I just realized I think that Disney kind of like nails their trailers, because whenever I think of like another really good trailer, it's all the recent Star Wars trailers. They're all so good, every single one.
Especially like the latest special look where it shows like all the old Star Wars leading up to then the newest one. That was really cool. And then they still leave you like with like what.
Yeah, you really don't know what the film is about.
I couldn't piece anything out of this.
Yeah, and just like the music and the visuals in those trailers is so good, and they always leave you with like one cheesy message at the end, like "This Christmas, believe in some shit or something." Yeah. I love that. It's so dope. But trailers have changed a lot over the years. If you look at pre-1960s cinema, American cinema, it's all the trailers are very, very cheesy and poorly dated. They're always like some voice saying like, "See an explosion on screen for the first time. It will rock you in your seat." And then like whenever there's a female actress, they're just like, "See the beauty of Judy Garland in like her prettiest form." And it's just like and yeah, it's just basically announcing like the actors and special effects, and that's it. So I think they've gotten better over the years. Like they're definitely better than trailers back then.
Oh, definitely. What about what do you think? So I know the movie Jojo Rabbit, they came out with the first trailer a long time ago, and then they came out with a new one, which is pretty good. I actually like the newest trailer. What do you think about it?
I like the trailers. I mean, I think it looks like a good movie and it's funny, but it's just very pointless. Like I made this clear on my Instagram, by the way, about Likes Movies, that I didn't really was a huge fan of the movie because it just thinks it's doing something so controversial and brave by making fun of Hitler and saying that Nazis are bad. Like, are you kidding me? Everyone thinks that Nazis are bad. Like, how is this like necessary? Because there's been 8 million political satire saying that Nazis are bad, and it's like an anti-hate propaganda. And it's like, okay, only like 0.011% of the population is actually like legitimately a Nazi. So like, who are you even offending? And like, what statement are you making by making this movie? I just don't understand why that's being made right now. If it was made 70 years ago, it would have been awesome. But like,
I do think, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Like it really has no point. No
exactly.
Point
it's like
it's, but like I'm looking at it and it's still like I like this kid that has an imaginary friend that's Hitler. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I like the idea of that. And what's his name? How do you say his name?
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he's one that did Thor Ragnarok. He acts as Hitler in that.
I know he looks. I mean, it does look good. It looks like a decent movie, but
like I'm still gonna go see that. But like I can totally tell why it's like pointless. It's not needed.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. I mean, he's made some pretty good movies though. There's that one that I heard was really good. I forgot the name of it, but it was like an indie film that he did after Thor Ragnarok. Something to do with like boys. Yeah.
Huh. Never heard of that.
Let me look it up really fast.
I did like though in the newest trailer for Jojo Rabbit, the music behind it was all German.
Oh yeah.
It was Believer from like, Shrek, but in German. I like that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it has good production value. That's for sure. That is for sure. Okay, so for some reason my Google Chrome is not working whatsoever. So for some reason this won't work. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. He made a good movie. Someone tell us what it is in the comments or whatever. But anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like would you think that the world would be a better place if there was no film trailers?
I think.
What is that?
I don't know what that is. I think trailers, like if we didn't have trailers at all, movies would be more, I don't know, not necessarily better, but it would be a different experience because you'd be going in completely blind.
Exactly.
Not knowing what's going to happen. And maybe it is better. But, I mean, I guess we'll never know what that's like.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just, I just thinking like, if you literally, I'm thinking like the only pieces of marketing for movies should be like posters, and then like obviously audiences have to know what it's rated, so they don't take like their 5-year-olds to like Midsummer or something, and then it's like, and then maybe it's like a 1 minute little brief collection of images, and then I think that's fine, not just like fucking whole trailer, but yeah, I know quite a bit of film critics out there who literally just don't watch trailers anymore. Like if you look at a lot of YouTuber film critics, which is what we're going to talk about in a little bit, they like a lot of them just don't watch trailers because it just like can ruin stuff. So what do you think of that?
I think for a critic it would actually be good not to watch trailers.
Yeah.
And to go into it like just like completely fresh. It's like you don't already have an opinion on it before you go into the film, which I think would make critics like they're pretty reliable, but more so.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I watch every trailer that comes out just because I'm curious, and I like them. I like watching trailers. But yeah, God, I don't know. Sometimes it can just really help the movie, and then sometimes it can just ruin it. But it really just depends. All right. Is that all we have to say about trailers for now?
I think so.
All right, let's move on to the main topic for this week's podcast, which is reviewing sites. We are talking, and not just sites, we're talking like websites here, but we're talking like Instagram pages, like YouTubers. What I do, YouTubers, everything. And yeah, we're just going to dive into a lot of them and share our opinions on them. So Reagan, which one would you like to start with? Film criticism.
Well, I sent you a post actually earlier this week because I didn't know when you said that IMDb. I didn't know that. Okay. I didn't know that was just all fans.
Yeah, dude.
I feel stupid. I'm over here looking at that. I'm like, bro, IMDb's giving this such a good rating. The Joker film. I'm getting hype. And then you're just like, dude, that's just fans, just DC fans that are giving it 10 out of 10.
Yeah, IMDb doesn't even count because it's just all user ratings, and you don't even have to like see the movie first. Like Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice had like a 9.9 before the movie came out on IMDb. So yeah, it's just a ton of DC fanboys going crazy.
Those Batman diehard fans are just on their computer just typing up a review.
I know. Yeah,
I feel so stupid after sending that to you.
No, it's fine. You didn't know, but yeah, IMDb definitely does not count towards freaking anything. That's just like audiences. I think that IMDb could work because after all, it is audiences, and a lot of the times, like people don't want to see critics reviews of movies all the time. They just want to see like normal audience people what they thought of it. That's fine, but I think that they should make it where you aren't allowed to rate the movie until
it's come out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, even then,
people still get on it. Yeah, it's just not good. It's not good.
Exactly, it's not good.
What about what do you think about like Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh, I've had a love-hate relationship with Rotten Tomatoes. So I have gone on Rotten Tomatoes nearly every single day of my life since I've been in 6th grade, and even like to this day. The site is great for what releases are coming out this weekend. It shows the box office. You can search up the score of any movie ever. And but I don't know the system. Do you know how the Rotten Tomatoes critic system works?
No, I don't.
Here's how it works. The percentage is decided by ratios of fresh reviews to rotten reviews. So there's a ton of different critics on Rotten Tomatoes who review movies. To be a certified Rotten Tomato critic, you have to have like 2 years of experience, be like 18, and then write for like sites or whatever, But like, how it works is if the critic reviews a movie and gives it above a 5 out of 10, it counts as a fresh tomato. If it's below a 5 out of 10, then it counts as a splat tomato. And it takes the ratio of fresh to splat tomatoes and makes a percentage. So if there's 2 critics who review a movie, one gives it like a 6 out of 10, one gives it a 4 out of 10, one fresh, one splat, that equals a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's how it works. So if every single critic gives a movie a 6 out of 10, like Black Panther, they're like, oh, I don't want to look racist, so I'm just going to give this mediocre movie like a 5.5 out of 10. That has like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So that can be misleading, I think.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's totally misleading.
I mean, it's It isn't awful though by any means. Like if a movie is like a 5% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's probably going to be a terrible movie. You can, I mean, it's because the majority of people think it's bad. So I mean, that and that way I think can be fine. But yeah, like a lot of the times, especially if it has to do heavily with something political, or just like, or if it's artsy or whatever, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's okay, and then it just gets like really high review, even though it might not be that good of a movie. And it's a shame because one of my favorite movies only has like a 62 on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's very divisive just because of and it's very divisive just because of how artsy and like metaphorical it is or whatever. But yeah, I mean, the critics reviewed it. Some gave it like a 10 out of 10, calling it a masterpiece, and others are like, it was too weird. It's like 5.
Is that Truman?
It's not the Truman Show. No, it's called Synecdoche, New York.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. No, I don't even think I've heard of it.
It's my 6th favorite movie. I absolutely love it. I don't remember if it's still on Netflix. I might have taken it off Netflix.
What did the Truman Show get on Tomatoes?
94. The Truman Show has a really good review.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that movie's just overall good. That movie's overall good. Okay, what else? Like, what YouTubers? Like, do you watch any YouTubers?
Oh god, yeah, I love YouTubers.
I think they're like,
it's my favorite.
I think they're more relatable too, with like the review. Like, they kind of tell you how it is, what you're getting into when going to see the film.
Yeah,
and like they kind of point out like positives and negatives of the film. I don't know. I prefer YouTubers.
I do too. They're also unique and different. And like how I review movies, I've kind of like my taste and like my style of reviewing has kind of developed over the years, like around YouTubers, because I've just been watching them so much since I was little that's like what I've kind of formed myself to kind of be. I'm not like a super pretentious critic who like writes for a newspaper or something. I'm just like let's review movies. Who's your favorite YouTuber critic, Reagan?
I actually am gonna have to look him up. I forget his name. I always see him on my feed, and he's like, "Oh no, Joker movie right here. This is what I think about before I go and see it." Like based on what I don't know.
Guy in front of the red green screen whenever he talks, like a red background.
I'm not sure. Here, what about you? I'm looking him up.
Oh, I watch a lot of YouTube critics, but like I know pretty much all of them if you can name them. But like my very favorites, I'd have to say are yourmoviesucks.org. Adam, he's really funny, and I think he gives really insightful reviews. And it's really weird because like he kind of has the same taste as me, which is kind of weird because he like reviews movies kind of late. So I'll give like a movie a 2 out of 10, and then he'll give it a 2 out of 10 like when his video comes out the next week. And then I'll rate a movie like a 5 out of 10, and then he'll give it 5 out of 10 the next week. It's kind of like creepy almost. So I'm like, okay, well, yeah, but I just tend to agree with him a lot, and he makes really interesting videos. So I check him out if you haven't yet, Reagan.
Okay. Yeah, the guy that I've watched a couple times is Jeremy Johns.
Jeremy Johns, yep, that's him. Guy in front of the red background.
Yeah, that's exactly him.
Yep.
Yeah, I've watched him a couple times.
Do you like him?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I'm ready to argue about this because I fucking hate Jeremy Johns.
You don't like him?
Cannot stand him. He's one of my least favorites on the platform. So let's have a little debate here. It's going to be fun.
Okay, I'll tell you this much. I'm not a die-hard fan of his, all right? Seen some of his reviews, okay? Sometimes they're good, sometimes not so. Okay, what don't you like about him?
Okay, well, he doesn't actually give enough time or like really enough care to actually go in depth on what makes a film good or bad, because like he views film as entertainment and not art, which is something that I don't really look for in a critic. He's like, oh yeah, like I didn't like this movie because it was just really slow and not a lot happened on screen. But like a lot of the times that can kind of be like the point in a movie, and it can just be taken slower. I don't think he like, because he gave like Deadpool like an insanely high freaking rating, calling it like the best movie ever, and like Birdman: The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, which is like a fantastic movie. He's like, it was too like weird and artsy for me, so I'd give it like, and he still gave a good review, but then like just he called Deadpool like way better. I'm like, really?
Yeah, so, Deadpool's good, but like,
I mean,
nothing special.
And it's totally fine if he has like a different opinion than me. I'm not mad at him for that, but just his reasoning in his reviews, and like I just really don't like his style. It's not
Yeah, he kind of looks at. He doesn't really when he critique. Yeah, it's kind of hard to argue for him.
But he's kind of like. I mean, I see the appeal because he's kind of like the audience's man. He's not a.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's kind of reviewing it for like just everyday people that want to go see a film. That's kind of what it is. But then what a critique does though is they look at it from like an art point of view, like it's an art, and I think that's where he kind of fails, and it kind of makes him not the best critic to listen to.
And film is considered an art, so
yeah, it definitely is. But like when I if I just see something that I like that came out and I'm like, oh, I think I might want to see that, I'll watch him, see what I'm getting into. Yeah, like if it's gonna be slow, fast, stuff like that. Exactly. But yeah, I totally see why he's not the best.
I know. I still watch all of his videos just because, like, I don't know, I'm subscribed to him and he's entertaining and stuff. And like, I pretty much watch every YouTuber critic's videos. But I mean, yeah, he's definitely not my favorite. But have you heard of Chris Stuckman, Reagan? He's a really popular one.
Let me look him up. I probably know if I see it.
He's one of my favorites. He actually might be my number one favorite YouTube critic.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's good. I
love that guy. His reviews are like short enough for like an audience to understand, and they're not like super like pretentious or anything. But he actually dives into a film, what makes it good or bad, and yeah, and his videos are just like so well structured and professional. He's really good.
Yeah, he does good. I like his videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that guy. Also, Ralph the Movie Maker, really good. I like Red Letter Media quite a bit.
All right. Okay. Well, let's get into this one. IGN.
Do you mean the best thing that has ever been placed on this earth?
Do you mean a reviewing?
Mastermind.
It's just so hard. Like they're not reliable. They're not
Lion
reliable
King in 8.8 and John Wick in 8.5. Yeah, Lion King 2019 and 8.8. Yeah, right, dude.
It's just not good. Not good. Not good. They just I don't know where they get their scoring from because it's just not good.
It's so cringe. It's like offensive almost by how freaking cringe it is. It's my God,
I did. Yeah, I watched the one that they did on the Joker, which that one actually wasn't too bad.
Well, you don't know if it is or not because you haven't seen the movie.
True.
And neither has like anybody else, so that's the thing. I mean, we want to think it's good, but yeah. Here, let me look up some of this stuff because Reagan, I would like you to find me one movie that has came out in the past like. God, I don't know how, like 5 years from IGN that they've given below a 5 out of 10 because they only rate things for how much money they will get and how much like studio recognition they will get, right? Because look at this, Suicide Squad, IGN rating 5.9 out of 10. So they're still calling Suicide Squad a good movie.
A good movie, yeah.
Like what?
What did they? What did they get this one? I don't know what they give. Angry Birds movie 2.
Oh yeah, IGN Angry Birds movie 2.
They give it
and 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for Angry Birds movie 2. What about the first one? 7.6 out of 10 for the first.
Jeez. Well, what did they give Crawl? Awful. What did they give Crawl?
The first one's embarrassing. Yeah. Just type in Crawl.
Yeah, I'm looking. A 7.7 out of 10. What did they give? Wait. What did they give Dark Phoenix? This one I'm actually curious.
Oh yeah, they gave it like above a 6.
Are you a 6.3?
Yeah, I know.
6.3.
It's a joke. They don't. They're too afraid to call a movie bad because then people get mad. And then
this one, Hellboy, the newest Hellboy.
Oh, okay.
If this gets over a 5, I'm really gonna be questioning.
Maybe that one they might have given.
This one they might have given it low.
What'd they give?
Yeah, they gave it a 4.
Okay, freaking finally, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think that's like the only one in like the past year they've given under a 5.
But they didn't post about that or like promote that whatsoever, like out of anything, But they just dick suck Disney and they dick suck superheroes, and they give whatever will like the score that will offend the least amount of people. Because honestly, I'm thinking that they gave Hellboy a 4 out of 10 intentionally, because if they would have given it a good rating, then like all their followers would have got pissed off. So I literally just think they do the thing that will offend the least amount of people. Like Endgame, 9.5, not calling it a masterpiece because then people get mad. But if we call it almost a masterpiece, then it will satisfy everybody. It's like,
and that's not what a critic site should be.
It's not.
Critics don't care. Critics don't care if they offend people. They look at it from how good it is. Look at this. Pokemon Detective Pikachu got an 8 out of 10.
What? That is one of the worst movies to come out this year by far. That was
8 out of 10.
Horrible.
Yep. I don't know the reasoning behind that.
My God. Wait, I'm actually going to look up that review right now and like read what they had to say, because that makes no sense, because there's nothing to freaking like about that movie. Holy crap. Some of the worst acting I've ever seen. All right, time to rate. No, they gave it a 6.7. Where do you see an 8?
On their YouTube.
On their YouTube?
Yeah, on their YouTube it's 8 out of 10.
Really? Oh, shoot. Oh, I forgot to type in. I was looking at IMDb. IGN. Yep, you're right. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yep. All right.
Really? Okay.
Let's check this out. Okay, so time to click on the review. Let's see what they had to say. All right, this is pretty long, so I'm just going to skim this. Okay, so they said that that Joseph Smith, who played whatever his name was, what's his name? Oh yeah, Tim. They say that him and Ryan Reynolds have really good chemistry and that it's really funny, but I completely disagree. Let's see. Tim is hilarious. No, he's not. It's the worst acting I've ever seen. Let's see. The movie's most impressive is how the Pokemon feel like a natural. I agree, that was the most impressive part of the movie, but it was like barely impressive, and everything else was just awful. Pokemon are the biggest story of the movie. The storytelling isn't entirely up to par, yet you gave it an 8 out of 10. Plot is incredibly predictable and easy to follow. Then why is it an 8 out of 10? The way that they rate things makes absolutely no sense.
Critical hit, sure, not everything goes off without a hitch, but the lifelike Pokemon provide a non-stop stream of delights to make the weaker aspects of the movie forgivable. No. Nothing's forgivable about that movie.
Ryan Reynolds delivers an endearing comedic performance that's closer to subversive Deadpool's chick than you'd ever expect. While video game movies have had the best track record, this movie is, and by far, the best example of how to do one right. I mean, did you see this movie, Reagan?
No, I don't have any intentions of seeing it.
They did every single cliche you could possibly imagine in any like buddy movie. It's like, oh, I hate you at first, but then we're forced to work together, and then I'm friends, and then at the end of the movie we have to hate each other and then go our separate ways where there's a sad montage, and then at the end in an action scene.
Yeah, like it always happens in the third act.
It's so
they get all mad at each other. I'm not friends with you. They leave, and then some dude gets in trouble, and then the other one's got to go save them, and then it's like it's so predictable. Those movies are just so predictable.
I know, it's really, really bad. It's but yeah, Detective Pikachu is just a completely terrible movie because let's see what I said in my review. I actually kind of fucking forget. I just remember it being how like the acting was just so embarrassing, and like the story was just completely predictable, and so many of the jokes just did not land, and they were so cringeworthy, and you were just so bored. Just such a boring movie, and so many shit made absolutely no sense.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like Ryan Reynolds. He didn't try in that. He just did it for the money.
He didn't try at all. He was just being Deadpool, just like not as Deadpool-y. You could tell that like he was just so uninterested in what was happening.
Yeah, he probably didn't even enjoy making that movie. I guarantee it.
And I forgot how terrible the cinematography was. Like the editing in shots in here, there was literally a scene, Reagan, where the camera was out of focus, but it wasn't like intentional. It was literally just like on a character, and it was like out of focus, and then they just cut to somebody else, and when it cut back to him, it's just like in focus, just during a dialogue scene. And
really,
it was literally unintentional. They just did that because they didn't want to have to like reshoot the scene. So then they like covered it up with like a CGI Pokemon like walking across the screen in the middle of him talking. But it was just so embarrassing, and the editing, you could never tell what was fucking happening. It was so bad.
That's a rookie move.
It is. I know. It's really, really bad.
That's not good. It's really bad.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, IGN, my favorite reviewing site by far. By far. I also God, what else? What other ones? Oh yeah, Metacritic is great. Have you heard of Metacritic?
I don't think so.
That's great. What it is, it's like every critic rates it on a scale of 1 to 100 how much they liked the movie. It's kind of like Rotten Tomatoes, so there's a ton of critics on there. But then what it does is it like takes the mean of all the scores from 1 to 100 and like finds like an average. So it's not just like tomato to not tomato. It's like 100 added with 67, added with 40, added with like 90, and then like divided by 4. So it's like actually just a perfect number for what like the average of all these critics thought about it, which I think is like a lot better.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. Joker is 75.
Yeah. Yeah, see, like that's probably a lot more accurate to how like.
So it's probably pretty. Yeah, it's only 18, so it's pretty mixed.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
13 gave it positive, 4 gave it mixed, and then 1 negative. So it makes sense to drop it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I like that one a lot better. And you can also just go down and then like really easily read all these individual critic reviews and see their scores and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one, personally.
The person who didn't like it, the Joker film is from Times magazine. Stephanie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Phoenix is acting so hard, you can feel the desperation throbbing in his veins. He leaves you wanting to start him a GoFundMe so he won't have to pour so much sweat into his job again. But the aggressive terribleness of his performance isn't completely his fault. Wait, I kind of want to read this whole.
So they're calling him super try-hard at acting, basically.
Isn't that what every actor does?
I don't know. I guess.
I feel like that's what every actor does, though. Every actor's try-harding.
Yeah,
I mean, besides Ryan Reynolds and Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly.
Try-harding there.
Give a fucking shit. I read that review, and Times Magazine gave the movie a 2 out of 10, like officially, like for Times Magazine, 2 out of 10 on Joker. It's like the lowest review that's out right now, pretty much. Everybody's like, what the fuck?
Everyone's like, yeah, that's interesting.
It is. Some people thought it was okay as a movie, but yeah, nothing's been like that. It's 2 out of 10.
I feel like, I've seen people that don't like it, seen people that think it's all right, but then I feel like majority people are saying it's like really good.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's all I'm seeing on my feed, just everywhere. Like, oh, got it. Of course, they have to say it got an 8-minute standing ovation.
Yeah,
at the Venice Film Festival, and then it got the top prize at the Venice Film Festival.
Yeah, I know it won the best thing, but I mean every movie just gets a standing ovation at every film festival. But well, I wouldn't say every movie, but like every big budget, slightly well received movie always gets a long ass standing ovation. You hear it like all the time. Star Wars did. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood did. Fucking. I don't know. I think Detective Pikachu got his standing ovation somewhere. I don't know.
Somewhere. Oh man.
Yeah, but what really intrigues me though is like how much do you think reviews have on like how much money? Oh God, what am I saying? How much impact do you think reviews have on like how much money a movie makes and how many people see it?
Oh, I think.
What do you think?
I think it impacts it a lot. Like if it gets really bad reviews, I feel like people look at it, they see like a 15% on Tomatoes. Not many people are gonna want to go see that.
Yeah,
like for me, like when like a while ago when I'd see like 15%, yeah, that's a rent for me. I'm not going to the theater to go see that.
Exactly.
Like, I think they have everything to do with it. If you see like a 98% on Tomatoes and like people are praising it, you're gonna want to go see that.
Every single movie in their advertisements on TV, whenever it's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, they always put on the DVD and like on the advertisements or like certified fresh. On Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Every time, just to get people to see it. But yeah, like Batman versus Superman, it had a huge opening weekend in the box office, but then like once everyone started to see the reviews, it had like a 20%. The next weekend, it had like an 80% drop from like money, which is like fucking horrible. and it made like no money the next weekend, which is
the movie just wasn't that good.
Exactly.
It was too long.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the time, well, I wouldn't say a lot of the time, but like sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm not gonna see that movie when I watch the trailer or like to see the poster. But then if it has like an insanely good score on Rotten Tomatoes, I do go and see the movie. There's been quite a few times where I've been like that.
Is that how you were with like Good Boys?
No, I still planned on seeing Good Boys actually, no matter what it got, because it was like really the only movie to come out that weekend. So no, that one wasn't one of them. But
God, like give an example. Like what movie did you see the trailer for? You saw the tomatoes, and you're just, I'm not going to see that.
Well, let's see. Let me think. I know I've done this before. God, I don't think there might not have been one this year. Hang on, let me look at to see all the movies this year. I'm thinking there was. I remember I did it with Ghostbusters 2016. My whole family thought the trailer looked horrible, and then we're like 73% on Rotten Tomatoes. We have to see this, and then it just was all okay. Yeah, here we go. Missing Link. You know that stop motion film that came out this year, Missing Link. I didn't plan on seeing that because I'm like, it looks kind of boring. But then I saw it had like a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm like, okay, this is really well received, and I loved Kubo and the Two Strings, so I'm going to see it.
It was like that same style.
The most boring movie I have seen in a very long time. I could not wait to get out of the theater. God, that movie was so fucking boring.
Yeah,
that was pretty bad. 3.9 is what I gave it. Yeah,
did better than Lion King.
Yep, it did. Lion King. I don't think anything is going
to
be worse.
At least in that the Missing Link, they tried.
They tried exactly. The animation was really good.
Yeah. Oh, what was I gonna say? I had something I was gonna say. Oh no, I lost it. No.
Rip.
That's so sad. No, I was okay.
Tell me once it comes back to you.
Yeah, I will. I gotta think.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Captain Marvel, like 80% Rotten Tomatoes. Like, come on, dude, really?
Oh yeah. This is what I was gonna say. Okay. So like dude, I always come back to the Joker film. I don't know what it is. It's haunting me. But so you know Robert Pattinson, he's gonna be Batman.
Yep.
He did an interview a couple days ago. I don't know who it was with, but he was talking about what it was like putting on the bat suit, stuff like that. You know, he said it was so cool and like you feel like super powerful in it. But something was cut out of the interview because a later statement released or like shown that Robert Pattinson was saying like, can we take that back? I was not meant to say that. I might have spoiled something for the Joker.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
I
have no clue what that means. Like,
I hope to God that he's not in the movie. I don't
think he is because he wasn't. I don't know. I don't think he's in it, but I don't know.
I think he just like saw Joker at some film festival or something, and that's how like he knew. But why would he like talk about it in an interview though? That's a thing.
I know. Well, they were talking to him about like being Batman, so maybe he. I don't know. I have no idea, and they removed it from the interview, so you don't know what was said.
Shit.
So I don't know what that means.
That only makes me more excited.
Yeah, I know. Oh man. What do you think about him as Batman anyway, since we're on that topic?
It's great. He is a good actor. Just he was not in Twilight, but that's all people really know him for. But
I know.
Fantastic movie called Good Time came out in 2018. His performance was insanely good.
Which one was that? I think I've seen that one.
God, let's see.
Where's the one where like he goes?
I can't remember the director's names.
Where's the one where he goes into the classroom and then his little girl gets like made fun of and then he flips out and he goes crazy? That
was not Good Time. I don't know what movie that is.
Well, that's some movie I saw with him in and like his daughter got made fun of while he was dropping her off at the class, and then he grabbed the little girl's desk that was making fun of his daughter and like shoved it over, and then grabbed I think it was a fire axe, and then chopped the desk in half, and then yelled at it was crazy. Never seen him like that before. But
oh wow,
I think he's really underrated.
Yeah. I mean,
and he's going to be in The Lighthouse.
Oh yeah, I'm so hyped for that movie.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one too. Him and William
Willem Dafoe.
Dafoe.
Yep.
Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that movie looks so freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
I love A24.
It's cool too because all black and white too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Very small aspect ratio. It's interesting. A24 is like the best studio putting out movies nowadays, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've made so much good shit recently. So props to them. Oh.
Alright.
Yeah, he looks pretty great, but I think we can move on to questions now.
Awesome.
Alright, let me pull them up. Alright, hang on, I gotta go to my device photos folder and look at my screenshots. Okay. Alright, so Fugs T asks, what is your least favorite cliche in movies?
I'm gonna have to think about this one. You go first.
Okay. Yeah, I'll answer first. My answer to this question was gonna be what you brought up earlier, of always in a buddy movie with friends, then they have to just get mad at each other in the third act. It's so predictable, they're not gonna actually stay mad at each other. They're going to make back up in the end. It's just a waste of time. And it feels like, okay, now we have to get through the scene. Come on, let's just speed things up. I hate it. It makes me completely infuriated. And it is just really goddamn annoying.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. You see it in every buddy film. Every, best friend film. It always happens. It's like, you go into it, you're like, maybe this one's going to be different.
Yep. Nope. And then it's not. It just, every single time, it makes me so mad.
Yeah, and then, the whole, when you look at it from, there's protagonist, antagonist, and the protagonist always he's really good at the beginning, he's super cocky and stuff like that, and then he gets humbled, and then he comes back. That exactly. But I think the friend one, 3 times.
That's why I loved Peanut Butter Falcon so much, because it is a movie about friends between this random country guy and then this Down syndrome kid who meet each other, and they become best friends. And I'm like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna fucking do it. They're gonna have to hate each other for 5 minutes, but they don't. They never ever do it. And I'm like, thank God they didn't do it. This movie is great. Yeah, I recommend everybody sees that. That's one of the best movies of the year. It's my 5th favorite of the year 2019.
Is that your favorite movie Shia LaBeouf has been in?
Yes, it's his best performance too, by far. Yeah. It's really crazy. Yeah. He does great. He does really great, actually. All right. Yeah, I like that a lot. What's another terrible movie cliche though?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, me too. Montages can be good or bad sometimes. A lot of the times, montages can get.
I liked the montage in Deadpool when he's looking for Francis.
Yes.
I think that's a good example of a good one. But then I feel like
comedic montages work really well because they're very fast.
But then when you have well, I mean, I don't know. I'm only thinking of good ones. So I'm thinking of the first Iron Man when he's building the suit.
Yeah.
The very beginning, that's good.
Yeah, but a lot of times montages can be kind of a lazy way to get scene progression going. Like an example of a bad one would just kind of be whenever someone's terrible at something at the beginning, and then they're like, "What the heck? I just shocked myself with this lamp."
And then they start getting better in a montage.
Yeah, and then in a montage they just work out or some shit or do stuff, and then all of a sudden they're just insane. Doctor Strange is a perfect example. That was the worst part of the movie. He just sucks at sorcery, and they just show him twirling around a thing a couple of times and listening to Beyonce, and he's just fucking insane. That was
yeah.
That was a good example of a bad montage. I did not like that shit. Also, kids comedy movies where they just play, where it's just pop culture references. Pop culture references.
Yeah.
super outdated and cringe in like kids movies, like Angry Birds 2, when they're like, "Hey, let's hit the dab." It's like, fuck, dude. You kidding me? No point. It's not funny.
They said that. They said that in it.
Yes, they have like an Angry Bird dabbing at the beginning, and then there was also an Angry Bird like flossing. And it's like, come on, dude.
Oh no.
So bad. It doesn't offer any like emotional insight, and it doesn't hold up as being timeless at all. And like, it's not even a well-written joke. It's just the laziest shit you can possibly do to throw on screen.
That is not good.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing. Yeah, I hate that stuff. Okay.
Well, next question.
All right, next question from Alexis Miller. What is the best TV show ever made? So we have a TV question now.
Oh, I got two that like started off really good and then kind of progressively got worse, but I feel like that's how TV shows kind of go.
What are they?
I really Game of Thrones. I was
Wait,
so
you might just
invested
cut out.
into
What
that
did you just
show.
say?
Game of Thrones. I was super invested into that, man. So good. It started like the first 4 seasons were so good. That ending. I'm really mad about that. And then I liked The Walking Dead. Walking Dead started off pretty good.
Oh yeah, man, it just got really boring.
It just got really boring because it's just the same thing over and over and over each season. It was the same thing. They overcome like a bunch of walkers, and then boom, some bad guy shows up that like decides he just wants to rule all the humans, and then we got to kill him, and then they kill him, and then their walkers are the issue, and then some other dude shows up, and they're like, oh, we got to kill him. It's the same thing over and over again, and it just gets repetitive. Really annoying.
So are those your favorite though? Like
I think like Game of Thrones is my favorite, even though it ended terribly. It still holds a spot in my heart.
But Reagan, have you watched Breaking Bad though?
No, I have not, but I've heard it's super good, and I know they're making the movie. Netflix is.
Reagan, I will not only like say that it might be your favorite show when you watch it. I can literally almost guarantee you, like for your style of like what movies you like and everything, if you watch Breaking Bad, it will be your favorite show. I can guarantee it. The most fucking addicting show ever made, and Walter White is the best character, not only in any TV show, but in any movie I've ever seen. Best acting from Bryan Cranston, best fucking character arc, best dialogue. Just that character alone, the main character, is so fucking perfect.
I know. Man, I keep hearing good things about it.
The whole thing is on Netflix.
I know. I need to just watch it. I don't know. I've always been putting it off.
Yeah, I know. But dude, I did too.
Yeah, nothing's out right now, so I might as well start it. Maybe
like once you watch the first episode, you will not be able to stop. You're gonna be like, and I have to see the next one. It's so fucking good. It's insane. Yeah, that's by far my favorite. Like, it's not even a fucking competition. It's like,
and it continuously like is still good. Like, it's not like
it gets better. The fifth season is there's 5 seasons total, and 1 is good, and then 2 is better than 1, and then each season just tops itself more and more and more.
That's
and then
crazy.
5 is like a cinematic masterpiece. Season 5.
And then they're coming out with that movie El Camino.
El Camino, and I am worried about that because I'm not going to spoil any. Because if I told you why I'm worried about it, then spoil Breaking Bad. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'm a little worried about that movie because I think that the series, let's just say, had a very, very, very good conclusion that I thought wrapped up everything.
They're just going to ruin it.
I wouldn't say it would ruin it, but I'm kind of scared that it could. But also, it could make it really good. But El Camino, Vince Gilligan is the guy who wrote and directed Breaking Bad. You know, he's writing and directing the movie, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I guess that should be reassuring because he's the one that ended the series, so
exactly
he knows which direction he wants to take it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
gonna have to watch any other good ones? Do you like Stranger Things, Reagan?
Yeah, I watch it just because like everyone watches it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, I think I don't know. Yeah. I feel like I get hate saying something bad about it. Yeah, but like I think like the first season was really good because it was like something new.
I agree.
And, like it was like totally original. It was like super original storyline and everything. Exactly. And I thought this second season, it's all right. What's cool about Stranger Things though is the girl that acts as the redhead. What's her name?
Sadie Sink.
Yeah. I went to a film camp with her.
Yeah, I know you
Yeah.
did. You and Sophie Bayless, and went to a
Uh-huh.
film camp with Sophie Sink, and now she's just super fucking famous.
I know. And here I am.
Yep.
In my
Here
bedroom doing
you
a
are.
film podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Just great. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to say that.
Yeah, it's funny. All right, let's do the last question because I have to see it chapter 2 pretty soon here, and we're going to talk about that next week, guys. Last question. Nico, the filmmaker, says, "What is the best book to movie adaptation?"
Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I agree. I completely agree.
It's just perfect.
I know.
Like I've read the books for
all
Lord of the
three.
Rings.
All three. Oh shit!
And then also the movies, and the movies can't tell everything, but they're pretty much very similar.
Yeah, exactly.
It's perfect.
I have read the first Lord of the Rings book, and I liked it a lot, but then I was just too lazy to read the second and third one. But
they're kind of hard to read. They're kind of
it's pretty slow, I'd say. But I mean, it was really good though. But yeah, I've seen all three of the movies, extended edition and everything, and I love them. They're some of my favorites of all time.
Oh yeah,
I love those a lot. Another really good one is my favorite book of all time got adapted into like a 3-episode miniseries, which was pretty good. I saw the miniseries. That was pretty great. It's called And Then There Were None. It's a book by Agatha Christie, and it was on BBC, 3-part miniseries. It was pretty great.
Yeah, I did watch. I totally ruined the book for me, but I watched Fahrenheit 451. The movie, the HBO movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, was that good? I've heard that was like bad.
It wasn't really that good.
Yeah, I've heard
it. Like, and I'm because I read half of Fahrenheit 451, for school.
Yeah,
and it's already like it like right off the bat they're changing things completely. Like the main character Montag in the movie, he's like a celebrity star for burning books.
Really?
Yeah, he's star. He's got like a social, like he gets a ton of likes on social media for like burning books, and like he's totally cocky and like, we're burning these books. Boom.
That's kind of cringe.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not familiar with Fahrenheit, the movie or the book. I haven't done either because in English I'm reading Circle right now. So I mean, I don't.
Oh, you're not reading Fahrenheit?
No, we had. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys didn't have the option to choose which book you read, right?
We are just doing Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah, our class either got to read Fahrenheit or then there was like a book called The Circle, and The Circle just looked more interesting to me because it's a lot longer, but like it was written like 5 years ago, so it's like actually modern language and shit. Yeah. So I'm like, I'll choose that one. So yeah, but miniseries are not good, huh? Fahrenheit.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Yeah, I will not.
Are there any other good ones?
The Hobbit? Question mark?
No, I read the Hobbit.
So did I. I've read the Hobbit.
They're not the same. The movies go completely off course.
Definitely not the same.
Like the whole story of Azog. Like, where did he come from?
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
With no hand. Yeah, I know, completely out of nowhere.
Added him out of nowhere, and
yeah, that's true. And fucking God, what Radagast the Brown in the fucking movie. Except the thing is, I actually think that the first Hobbit movie is like as good as Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, the first one's really good, but then the second one, or they for some reason needed to include Legolas into it, even though I don't know why they did that. I don't understand why they did that. To this day, I don't know why they did that. It was so unneeded.
I know.
But, they brought him, Orlando Bloom, back in.
Yeah, and he looks like 20 years older than he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was definitely. Frodo.
Yeah.
I know.
I think
they added so much stuff.
Yeah, the last two Hobbit movies,
they're both bad.
Was definitely like a step down for Peter Jackson.
Yeah,
like I like
one is terrible.
Jackson. Yeah, the last one's so bad. Like I like Peter Jackson too. I think he's pretty all right director, but I was very disappointed in him.
I know. The movies are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. What about Harry Potter? That's always the most classic, iconic one.
Harry Potter.
Do you like those movies?
Yeah, I think they did all right.
Yeah, they were fine. I mean, I think that only one of them is like absolutely fantastic. I love the last one, the very last Harry Potter movie, Deathly Hallows Part 2. That's really, really good. But the rest of them are just pretty decent. I don't think any of them are bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think like none of them failed in any way. Like but like, did they do anything special? Not that I see. The last one was pretty cool.
Last one's pretty epic, yeah. And
yeah, they definitely they ended it epically, but
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, J.K. Rowling is, of course, the best writer on the face of the planet. I'm just kidding. Dude, I read the first Harry Potter book, and I do not know how any people fucking read those. It was so bad.
I couldn't read them. I tried. Everyone's like, Harry Potter's so good. You need to read the books. And I'm over here struggling reading the first one. I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. I don't get the enjoyment out of this. I'm not liking this.
Yeah, those are pretty fucking terrible. Shit. Oh my god. You know the freaking Melissa McCarthy movie that just came out called The Kitchen that has like terrible reviews? You know that?
Is it the one? Which one is that?
It's like three women who are like in Hell's Kitchen and they're like mobster. Yeah. That was a fucking DC comic. I didn't even know that. Are you serious? Yeah, it's a DC comic. Like, there's so many times where it's just like, what the fuck? That was a book? Yeah, it is. What? It's so weird.
Are you gonna see that movie? Like, I don't think I will.
No, I'm not going to. I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna pass.
Look good. What about like the one with the strippers and their
Hustle?
Yeah, Hustle.
Yeah, I'm gonna see that. I'm going to see that one. I'm actually kind of excited to see that. That looks interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks interesting, but like,
it doesn't look good, but I mean,
I don't think it looks good, but it looks interesting.
Exactly.
And of course, because it's strippers, they had to include Cardi B into it.
Cardi B and Lizzo as two characters in the movie.
Of course.
Well, I think we're gonna end this episode here.
All right.
Prepare for all three of the Idaho Film Boys to be back next week, guys. Hopefully. And we'll be talking about It Chapter 2. I'm really excited.
Yep. All right. Well, it's been fun.